Vous êtes avec Louise, Chen de Snatch Magazine pour H&M Loves musique. On est en Normandie, au festival du château de Beauregard. On a rencontré Florence and the Machine, Etienne de Crécy et Baxter Dury. Je peux vous donner déjà un indice. On a retrouvé un truc un peu partout. C'est la couleur rose. Est-ce que t'as une sape préférée du moment?
Short.
La casquette.
Mon jean troué. Des flip-flops.
Le Marcel.
Une petite veste kaki. Un short.
Les petites robes d'été.
Maillot de bain. Almost nothing. C'est tout.
Ce serait pas l'heure de se taper un petit trou normand là? You say that when the only way to really enjoy yourself on stage is to separate yourself from your normal self. So I guess in a way to have like a stage persona. Can you tell us what the difference is?
Flowery shirt. I wouldn't necessarily wear a flowery shirt in my local high street when I'm buying bread. Sometimes I would, and sometimes I wouldn't. It's a small gesture just to separate from the normal domestic routines of life, just to make yourself feel a little bit special.
Do you have maybe a very stupid anecdote of something that's happened to you at a festival or at a gig that you want to share?
Once I played a gig last year and someone threw their brassiere. It was so big it actually hurt me. So I don't know who threw it, but it might have been quite frightening. Maybe it was a man. It was like almost it was a sort of bra weapon. So I went, Jesus Christ. It was obviously a kind of, intentionally I suppose, a flattering gesture which nearly injured me, which I thought was quite a weird thing to happen, quite a contradiction.
Est-ce que tu pourrais nous décrire Beauregard en 3 mots?
Saucisson. Hot. Surfeur.
Du bon son.
Gazpacho. Sunny.
Convivial.
Le rose. French. Spaghetti bolo.
Chaleur sympa, jolie.
Fête. De la balle.
Astronaute.
Rose très pâle.
Les tripes.
Camping. Good vibe.
Cacahuètes.
Oh, it's as if like Marie Antoinette had a party, but it was like heavy metal in it. So I guess it would be like, let them eat metal.
Throughout your records, you've always had very, very strong visuals and very strong way to dress, and like feel like you translate a lot of like your character and your emotions through the way you dress. Can you tell us about where you are right now?
It was almost as if like the things I needed to protect me, like costumes and kind of makeup, I actually didn't feel were right for this record, because it is such a record about being laid bare, and I think I wanted the boundaries between performance and stage just weren't really there but between on stage and off stage were kind of not there anymore, and I think it was much more about being free and open and kind of just natural. When you have a costume, it almost dictates how you perform because you're filling the space, whereas I think if you have a more simple thing to wear, you can be the performance, you know, there's nothing that's restricting you or dictating how you move.
Quel artiste est-ce que tu es venu voir en particulier aujourd'hui?
Too many DJs. Christine and the Queens.
Johnny Marc est tout seul du coup.
Julien Doré.
Morrissey il s'occupe des animaux.
Etienne de Crécy. Cypress Hill.
Ajay.
Lenny Kravitz.
Zodo.
Baxter Dury. Florence and the Machine. Django Django. Et puis beaucoup d'autres.
So what's your best memory of a gig?
It's both the best and the worst. It's kind of the most absurd. We flew to Japan and I was so jet lagged that I tuned my guitar in a completely unique tuning, and then I went to play default and it was completely out of key, and I had to retune a whole guitar whilst talking to the audience, really jet lagged, and it was just like dang 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 dang. It took about 10 minutes. The Japanese clapped really politely when it was finished, and yeah, that was
kind of avant-garde kind of new song that we'd written. Went down well. They were loving it.
Est-ce que tu conçois du coup les lives un peu comme des DJ sets?
Le live, si les gens sont pas d'accord avec ta musique, tu peux rien y faire. Toi, tu viens avec ta musique et voilà, tu vas la jouer, et il y a un côté qui est plus facile presque dans le live. Quand tu es en DJ, il y a un moment où si les gens adhèrent pas avec ta proposition, il faut que tu arrives à les amener à ce truc-là. En live, s'ils adhèrent pas à ta proposition, bon bah tant pis, on a raté la soirée. On était au mauvais moment, au mauvais endroit. Tu peux trop rien y faire. Alors que le DJ set, t'as le devoir de
servir la fête.
Voilà, de servir la fête, exactement. Tu sais, j'étais producteur avant d'être DJ, et au départ, j'avais énormément de difficultés à être DJ, justement pour ce truc-là de servir la fête. Et en même temps, c'est vrai que c'est primordial et c'est hyper intéressant dans une démarche artistique de te dire, c'est pas toi le chef, c'est les gens qui viennent te voir, qui vont t'imposer une direction.